Yes.
Where did that name come from?
Yes.
By the way, this is Minerva. Should I say the full name or just Minerva?
I have like 18 names because I was born with a middle name. My legal birth name is Gail Nathina Hawkins. My father's name was Nathaniel.
Love that name.
And he was a how were they saying it when Kobe passed away? A girl dad. But he was a girl dad because he lost his son.
Oh.
So he named me after him. And or I lost my brother, put it like that. And so now they've been gone almost 50 years, and I really want to ask him, Ed, did you know about Athena and Minerva and the whole, wisdom and the mythology and everything? But I was a sickly child. That was another sort of leg up on quarantining. I did a lot of reading. I was homebound a lot of time. I had asthma too. You can't do double Dutch.
Right.
And so I used to go and talk.
Right.
With the old folks that would sit on, in Philly when the weather's warm and nice, we sit on the stoop, better known as steps, and jaw and relax and talk. And so Mom and Pop Terry were my neighbors. I'd go up there and hang with them till the lights came on and I had to go home. And they walked me home one night. I'm 5 years old. And they told my parents when I got home, they said, you got a little Minerva on your hands. And I sort of got it because it felt like the little old lady's name, Minerva. And then, I studied anthropology. So part of that is mythology. And then I
Minerva's so
find
magical.
Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, wore and invented the flute, which I happen to play. And I think she had to have been a poet. So I took the name as a pen name for my poetry, and I made the M lowercase.
Right.
Because I always felt like I wanted to really respect and pay homage to my birth name, Gail Nathina Hawkins. And then I have friends that call, hello, is this, hey, Gail, Minerva, hey, Nathina, yeah, Nathina, hey, Gail, Hawk, what's up? It's really been a joy.
Well, I mean, you are a joy. I mean, every time I'm around you, you have such a light within you. And talking about poetry, I mean, how you've written books.
Yes, one of the greetings I was going to give you was welcome to Poetry for Actors 101, and there will be a quiz.
I love it.
You better be taking notes. I wrote my first piece when I was 8. It wasn't a poem, it was a story.
Really? What was it about?
It's so funny, I remember it like really well. It's a wonder it's still not around here or something. It's probably not, but it was called The Flight of the Balloon People.
I love that.
The balloon people were my friends. And the story was about a sickly child, hospitalized or whatever, lonely. And these balloons with faces on them fly up to her window and entertain her and just show colors and joy.
And was it 8 years old?
Yeah. I didn't edit it either. It's one of the few things I think I still would like it if I saw it today.
Yeah.
And I don't remember editing. I mean, what kind of editor could I have been at 8? But I kind of spit it out. I remember just sort of going for it.
Wow.
And then these balloon people became like real, balloons with faces and different eyes. And
You could, you should, make that into a movie.
What
That's,
about, you know what? I was going to ask you about Andreas.
yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, we are so connected right now. Right when you said that, I went boom, 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 boom. Andreas, animation. You can make it into a great short.
Yeah.
He does so much. He's been to Performing Arts Studio West a couple
I
of times.
know. And I
And,
met him at one of your functions.
well, is that what you met him at the film that he
Yeah.
produced and animated, and he that was all him. I mean, he works for Disney and Warner Brothers and you name it. But
Yeah,
we need to connect it. Andreas, I think I've got your next short animation. It's amazing. Oh my God, the colors, the balloon people, seriously. Oh my God. Can I be the blue balloon?
Yeah. Soon to be a major motion picture and Broadway show.
Oh my God, it'll start off though. Okay, we're see how ideas come. This just happened. By the way, your library is gorgeous. Number one, that clock. Oh, I feel like I took something, how it's melting off. I love that. Where did you get it? It's like a trip.
Oh, it's a find. I mean, since I've been home, I've been redecorating, discovering, getting books out of drawers, and filing stuff and typing stuff.
Yeah.
Because when I started writing, we typed on manual computers or nothing, longhand.
Yeah.
So I'm finding all this old stuff that I can type now. And so the clock was from my publicist. I had a publicist in San Diego, Mike Grunwald. And he hooked me up. And I had this book about Dolly anyway.
Yeah.
And I was in Portland at a screenwriters conference, and there was an agent interested in my work, and he had Dolly's estate as a client or some kind of connection there. And it just, all the magic, all the circle.
No, wait. Now, what about that baseball up there?
Oh, God, I have to laugh. My dear departed sister, God bless her.
Oh.
She knew a guy on the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. And she said, do you want a baseball signed? And I said, yeah, I want it signed, but not by him. I want Tommy Lasorda to sign this. Because Tommy's our homeboy from Pennsylvania.
Right.
So, and I handled it and all this, and I didn't really play with it, but it's probably not a collectible. I don't know. I got Tommy.
To you, it's collectible.
Oh, yes.
And it looks collectible.
Really?
So guess what? It's collectible.
All right. I'll take it. But no one can collect it but me.
No.
This is special. I'm a baseball fan, too. I know a lot about Tommy Lasorda. So it all fits.
By the way, not just poetry, but you write, you've covered many jazz greats.
Oh, yeah, so much fun. And, I was young, so I probably couldn't have afforded those venues I was in. Lincoln Center. And I covered Miles Davis's return from retirement. And I think I need to check this. Yeah. I wonder if he's one of the few, if not only, entertainers that came out of retirement only once, or athletes or anybody. I think he only retired once, came out, and then that was it.
We're still connecting here because our dear Alexander Tovar, who edits this wonderful show and does a theme song, he has his own music class. And he did a whole thing on Miles Davis. and you're like, you know, you connected to it. So I've got to like connect you two also, both of you.
Yeah, that was fun. One of the well-known poets that we've worked with over the years, and I know him in New York, he was the quintessential biographer for Miles.
Wow. Look at that. Look at
And
he just exudes energy just through that photo.
oh, and it was the best experience. I sat behind Gato Barbieri. You know who that is? And I was like, that hat? And they also had a birthday party for him backstage at Lincoln Center. I went to that, and he was married to Cicely Tyson at the time.
Oh,
There was a
you
whole
went to that birthday party?
there was a whole bunch of media, but it was just so gorgeous. She was all in white, I think leather. He was all in black leather,
Yeah.
and then I think the cake kind of played off their look and so forth.
Right.
But you know, I like to read the inscription because it speaks to Miles. It speaks about Miles.
Yeah.
Quincy True. Oh, he did this on my birthday. This says May 19th, 1990.
Wow.
Wait a minute, is that 30 years?
Oh my God. 90? Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my goodness. And it says, to Minerva, here's to the music of this great trumpet player and musician, to his uncompromising, I used to know what this word was, his writing, his place in the world, and the breathing that he talks about, all kinds of stuff Miles helped him with. And here's to you on your birthday, all the best of everything. To you on this day and forever, Quincy Truth.
Beautiful.
This,
Beautiful.
this is why I call my apartment a museum. I mean, between the National Geographics and books I worked on, books my friends worked on,
Gorgeous.
just, I don't want to do anything with them but share. I don't want a yard sale thing or,
Yeah.
you know, because it's it's history. It's that I touched too, you know.
Yeah.
And I miss all you guys at the studio.
Well, and I love, by the way, that you put the Meet the Biz postcard above the clock. It's so apropos how time is melting. Time isn't melting, it's morphing, you know?
You know, being from Philadelphia and that being my home,
Right.
it took me a while to really feel part of, and I can look at that and feel a part of. I mean, Danny's on there. He went to Temple. Danny
Woodburn.
Angela Rockwood's on there, and she reminds me of back east because when she sees me, she'll say, "Hey, Minerva, what's the dealio? Or what's the dealio?" And that's the New York thing, as I recall. So yeah, the gang's all here.
Gang's on there. Well, it's truly a family, isn't it? We're like a family. How many years have we known each other?
I met you in 2004 because that's when Wayne Cook sent me to Higher Value Conference.
Okay.
And I think you were, and then I started meeting up with you in Burbank at Joey Travolta's.
Inclusion Films, yes.
Inclusion Films, that was a big part of my beginning.
We got all those photos from those different workshops.
And I finally had to move here. You know, when I first met you, I was living in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mobility issues were such that, you know, I couldn't walk, much less move.
But you're moving and walking now.
Well, you know, I gotta say, because I've been in touch with colleagues and friends that are in physical therapy or other treatments. And, it's getting hard because I'm supposed to be in aquatic therapy right now. I'm not getting in the pool. And
Right.
so we're losing ground. Some of us are losing ground. I know a dancer that's in physical therapy for nerve damage, and it's getting scary. But I've been doing pretty good because when this started, I was at a good place.
Do you think the creativity that you have keeps you breathing fuller? Like,
Big time, big time. And that's where you guys come in because I wasn't born with this disability. I developed this in my 40s. And so all of the students and in my screenwriting classes that were vision impaired and so forth, they taught me a lot about quality of life issues, what's important, who's important. I mean, so many lessons. And, there have been days when I've wanted to say things like, uh, people that have struggled with disability wrote the book on social distancing, um, not being limited,
right.
things like that. And there's another part of me that wants to say, developing this disability in my spine has been one of the best things
Yeah.
that happened to me. I mean, because just not just meeting you guys and getting work done and so forth, but learning that I can't carry 50 pounds of books anymore, but I know how to do
And
different.
you look at it in a positive light. You
Yeah,
look at it, yeah.
nothing stopped. Yeah, I look at it in a positive light because, and then especially now, and that's another thing about people with disabilities. You want to know what's important? Talk to somebody that, has been in bed for 2 years. Or, I mean, I have a nephew now I'm worried about in Pennsylvania because he's in a nursing home. He's 44 years old.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, I got all this poetry and jazz and music and friends, and he was a football player at West Point.
Wow.
So you get that balance.
Yeah.
You get that centering. You get that okay. You get that validation too. Because pain is not visible. But there were days I wanted to wear a sign. I am in excruciating pain. I can't even take a shower today. Leave me alone, or it just, there's so much. And it's sort of like what's going to happen, I think, with the paradigms that are shifting now around
Yeah. Yeah.
social issues, race, etc. We got to peel a whole bunch of layers.
Yeah.
Peel a whole bunch of layers. The side effects of racism, self-hate.
Hmm.
One thing, why do people riot? Because they don't care, and somebody told them they don't care about them, or whatever. There are layers, 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 layers,
Yeah. Yeah.
and misrepresentations and all kind of stuff. And I'm very grateful for the work you, Gail, and Gloria, and people like that have done, because it really, people need that same kind of heart and mind to deal with Black people in America that have been here a very, very, very long time. And I've been putting up with this for so many decades.
Mm.
Decades.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, if it ain't time now, jeez. And I think there's a lot of lessons that we can take from the disability community.
Right. Right.